looking at the clock now. I don't even have a lot of time, but I want to come on, share some really, really cool insight with you guys, and possibly educate you on, not possibly, I'm going to educate you on a couple things. So, if you watch my last video, you know about my journey, you know about what I went through. And as I started my business in 2017, and so create this channel so I could come on and start sharing content with you. Hey, I'm like, hey, these guys might go through some things that I went through, and they could use some guidance, they could use some help. And so somebody mentioned one day, it was like, hey, are you doing coaching? That's how I got into coaching. I was like, okay, I'll coach you. And I was like, the coaching is going to be $1,000. I'm going to coach you for the entire month. Next thing you know, I started getting a bunch of clients, and I was like, wait, that's taking up a lot of time. And somebody was like, or do you have like a course? I was like, bet, let me go get a course, put everything I taught in the coaching, bring it to you in the course. That's what I did. And so that's what the Moving Success Masterclass is. It's essentially a course where I teach you pretty much everything I know about business, right? And so I try to help you as much as possible. I give you all these little nuggets that you probably don't get on a lot of channels. I looked around, there's really not any moving channels out there on YouTube that's really like prominent, like everybody's kind of new. So I'm here in Dallas. I started my business in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge in 2017 when I was homeless. So I know what you're thinking. How do you start a business when you're homeless? Out of desperation. I always say there's two things that'll get you moving in life: inspiration and desperation. You don't want to be desperate. But if that's what it takes, sometimes it takes that to get you going, then hey, whatever it takes to get you to the next level, sometimes you just got to be moved out of your comfort zone in some cases. And that's okay, because we want to achieve on the highest level possible. So if you're watching this video, make sure you subscribe, hit thumbs up, share it if you don't mind. It's not going to be a long video, but I really got some good content. And I'm addressing this based on some of the questions that I get from people that I coach. And so this is going to be huge. And I've also been invited to other podcasts. So guys, I'll probably reach out and let you know, like, when I'm on certain podcasts. And it's weird because whenever I started this channel, I was just like, let me just share some information that may be helpful to one or two people. And then now we got like 200 and something subscribers, which is awesome, because I didn't think that many people wanted to hear what I had to say. And so I started coaching. I was like, all right, it's $1,000 for a coaching session for a month. And then I quickly realized that takes a lot of time. So I created the course, put all of my coaching into a 3.5-hour course called the Moving Success Masterclass. The link is down below. Grab it ASAP. Get that. And so today we're going to talk about something really, really quickly. And again, thanks for everybody who watched the channel, who shared the channel. Follow me on Instagram as well as Facebook at Moving Biz, B-I-Z, CEO. And you can get all the free content. Now, if you really want to learn how to break this stuff down and get into the real gist of it, and how to actually take what I teach you and apply it to your company, then you'll find all that in the Moving Success Masterclass. But here's the best part. I also have a VIP where I train you. Yes, I train you in a group setting monthly for a whole entire year. Now, that's going to cost a different price after February 1st. But for now, if you pay just a few bucks to get into the Moving Success Masterclass, you actually get invited for free. So you'll be in there. So right now we got a bunch of people that's waiting. If you are watching this, check your email. The email information, the invite for the first Masterclass February 5th is out. So make sure you got it. If you don't, please reach out to me, say I haven't gotten it, and we'll make sure we get it to you. And all right, we're going to talk about this. No more. So I know you guys see this in the background. You're going, what does no more mean, right? We're going to talk about no more, because we've been having this trouble. I don't know if you guys can see it, but we're going to talk about no more cancellations, right? So a lot of you, you're booking these jobs and you're getting canceled. How do I know? Because I'm coaching a lot of guys, and they're in the moving class. They'll hit me up and say, hey, I got dropped for today. I got this for today. I had a customer schedule. It was a nice, pretty move, and the customer ended up canceling on me. So my question to you, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, how did that happen? Customers don't just cancel. unless they were allowed to. So how did that happen, right? So the first thing I'm going to check when it comes to that, I'm going to check your process. I'm going to go, how did that happen? Okay, John, you said you had a customer set up, you had your truck, especially for those of you who rent trucks, and now you got to rent, put a deposit. The customer canceled the day before, the day of. Now you got crew that's waiting to get paid by doing a job. There's no job, they don't get paid, they're frustrated, everybody loses. And we want it to be a win-win-win in everything that we do. So first thing I'm going to check for you is, hey man, where's your process? Now, if you can't read my writing, that makes two of us. Just telling you, right? I write in hieroglyphics, I guess, right? So, so the first thing I'm going to check is, hey, bro, what is your process? How did this happen? Is essentially what I'm asking. Walk me through how this happened. Well, the customer called. She booked with us 2 weeks ago, said we were going, said everything was locked in, and it was done. And we'll get a text from her or a call from her, get a text from her, and she says, sorry, can't do the move, family emergency, whatever, right? And so the first thing I'm gonna say is, man, you got something wrong with your process. I see lots of things just through the scenario I mentioned. All right, one of the things I see up front, just checking through your process, and we'll just underline it, going over your process, one of the first things I see up front is the first thing I'm gonna ask you is, how do you, it's a better way to say it, how do you schedule, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is go, what do you require from the customer when you schedule? What information do you get? Because I wanna know, are you getting what you need? What do you require from the customer to schedule with you? That's the first thing we're gonna check. And then we're gonna say, what is your policy once they schedule with you? So they've scheduled with you. Now what's the policy? And how do you communicate that policy? Right? I know you guys are going to need closed caption for this. How do you communicate that policy? So when they call and schedule with you, not text, not email, they call. I know. They have to call. Why don't I want you, why do I not want you to schedule via text or email? Those of you in the master class, don't give it away, but you know, never schedule via text or email. Never, under any circumstance. Never do that, ever. Now, you've scheduled. What's your policy? What info do you need when you schedule? Now, what's your policy after you complete the scheduling? And then after that, how do you communicate with the customer? Do you do it, 2 days before, 1 day before, the day of? How are you communicating to follow up? Because we got a problem with the process to the customer was able to quit and leave your business essentially just out in the cold, and it doesn't cost them anything. Listen, if the customer cancels on you, we want it to hurt. I know, not politically correct, and you're not going to find this on other channels, but I want the customers to be in pain if they cancel with me. Now, if they got an emergency, fine. Here's what I'm asking you to do. I'm going to say, Miss Mary, listen, I understand, and I certainly hate to hear that there's something going on, emergency-wise, so I hope everything's going to be okay. And but here's what we can do for you. Is there a better day or time that you'd like to reschedule for? See, I'm not even letting them out of the opportunity. I'm going back and I'm saying, all right, we understand you got something going on where you can't book today. You can't move today or on this day. What's a better day to reschedule? Right? Now I'm pushing it back to them, right? I'm pushing the onus to get the move done back to them, getting it off of me. What's a better day for us to schedule this move? That's all I want to know. And so she's going to give me the information, or not, but hopefully she does give me the information to go ahead and schedule this move. Now, if she says something along the lines of, well, we'd have to go back and such and such. Perfect. Okay, gotcha. You don't want to reschedule? Okay, here's what we'll do. You're saying that you need to think about it and this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a follow-up. Okay, gotcha, Miss Mary. Perfect. Completely understand. Again, I hope everything works out. But here's what we're going to do for you. We're going to reach out to you in about 5 to 7 days just to check, just to follow up with you, make sure everything's good, and then we'll go ahead and talk about rescheduling. Was that hard? It's not hard, right? I still got her in rotation. I may even say, and this is just me, this is why you need my training. This is what I would say. I would say, yeah, absolutely, Miss Mary, we understand. So listen, because our schedule is super busy this time of year, I don't want to go ahead and remove you from schedule because we'll have to start the process over. And I know that you're not going to be able to move on this particular day. So what I'm going to do personally, Sean, I'm going to reach out to you because I'm the person managing your account. I would say that and say, I'm going to reach out to you personally. I'll follow up with you in about 7 days. And then in 7 days, we could go ahead and work out a new time and a new day to go ahead and get you moved. Is that okay? Right? Perfect. And I'm done because what I told her is I care about you and your situation. We're not going to go back and forth. We understand you're dealing with some things. That's fine. But we care about you enough. I care about you enough to where I'm appointing myself personally to your account, right? I'm overseeing your account. People love when they have someone that they can refer to, right? So if they call back and they're always asking for you, go ahead and say you're the account manager for that account. What? You're the account manager for every account, but that's fine. They like to know that you care about them and that they matter, right? And so go ahead and tell the customer, hey, I'm the account manager for your account. That's perfectly fine to say. That's what I would coach my team to say. I'm the account manager for your account. Why? Because people like to know that you care, right? They don't want to think about just being thrown in a jar of numbers and customers and nobody gives a damn. Whereas if you say, I'm the person who actually tends to your account, I'm the person you're actually going to be in communication with, they feel a lot better, right? They feel comfortable. And there's a reason I'm doing this, and we're going to get to it at the end. But I got a surprise for you at the end. This is why we're not just doing this for no reason. So if you hit them up and, well, if they call to cancel on you, because we're talking about cancellations, remember the first thing I said is there's a problem with your process. Let's walk through it. All right. What information and what are you telling the customers when you schedule? Once you schedule them, what are your policies? Do you have policies? No, get them. All right. How do you communicate your policies and how do you communicate with the customer from here on out? How often do you reach out to them? How are they able to cancel on you without you knowing it? How could they cancel on you and it be a surprise to you? Something's wrong. If they cancel on you, it should hurt them, not you, right? It should hurt the customer, right? Now, I do understand that sometimes there's some legit stuff going on, but 99% of the time it's not. So I want you to understand that when a customer cancels on you, you got to make it hurt. Oh, you got to make it hurt, baby. Right? So you contact them and say, hey, first thing I want to do is offer you a reschedule. They say no. Perfect. All right. Second thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and follow up with you in a week. And we'll go ahead and get you scheduled and we'll talk about the schedule. We'll talk about the time then. Right? Bam. And you're done. Right? So if they don't reschedule, they're going to take a follow-up. If they refuse to follow up, they're not interested in you moving them. Right? They're either not interested in you moving them or they're not moving. And they're not telling you the whole story, but they're not moving. That's fine. At least now you know so that you don't have to waste time going forward. Now, it costs you money because you could have scheduled someone else for that day and that time and they canceled on you. You know why they canceled on you? I'll tell you why. Because you're not getting the right information during scheduling. If you did, you wouldn't have this problem. You're not conveying the policy to them to where they understand if you do pull out, it's going to be painful. Third thing is you're not communicating well enough in your process for them to understand how the scheduling process works. Right? And then once you get to the end, They don't reschedule. They don't follow up. They're not a good potential customer. So you don't want to waste time with them. You want to get rid of them quickly, right? And so they probably called around, found somebody cheaper, and left you. They left you. They're dating somebody else. I guarantee if you call back a day after their previous scheduled day, they've already moved. They don't need you. They found somebody else. And the reason they do that is because, number 4, you guys don't take deposits. If you don't take deposit, you're always vulnerable for being canceled. You're always available to be canceled because there's no repercussions. There's no penalty. You have to make it hurt, right? You have to make it painful if the customer wants to pull out, right? The customer wants to leave you, find someone else, be unfaithful to your brand after they schedule with you. Make it hurt. Take that deposit, right? Now, I don't teach you to take deposits. I teach you to take something else. In my course, you'll learn that. In the training, you'll learn that, right? But you got to take a deposit, right? For lack of a better term. You have to take a deposit. If you take a deposit, then they're less likely to cancel on you because you've changed your process, right? Now you have to take a deposit. So what a deposit does is it actually filters out those who are less likely to schedule with you, right? So if you tell them it's free, they'll book with you. They may even come out up front and say, do you require a deposit? Because why? They've already talked to other companies that require deposits and they're not willing to pay. So if they're not willing to pay a deposit, listen to me. 100% of the time, not 99, not 98, not 97, 100% of the time, do not schedule them. They're only going to waste your time, right? They're only going to waste your time. Make it a policy and a part of your process that if they do not pay a deposit, we never schedule them for any reason, whatever. Because if they don't pay a deposit, they're not committed to you. They're just going to call around, keep looking around until they find someone cheaper. And then you're going to get that phone call, that text, that email that says, I'm sorry, something came up, we can't move. And what they're really saying is, oh, I found somebody a little cheaper than you. I like their prices and we're going to go with them. Sorry, bye. And so your company gets blasted because, again, you didn't go through your process, and more importantly, you didn't take a deposit. If you take a deposit, a big enough deposit, don't take tiny change, right? Then maybe you could come out and say, once you sign up, once you book with us, then there's no return on the deposit. Or once you schedule with us, don't say book, say schedule, or make a reservation. See, I just gave you some game right there. Stop saying booking, don't say schedule, just say make reservations. Because people don't care about bookings. They don't get excited about scheduling, but they are more likely to keep a reservation or an appointment. So from now on, I want you to say reservation or an appointment, because those things people keep. It obligates them. Oh, I got an appointment. Okay, I'll be there. I got a reservation. I'll be there. So from now on, I'm not gonna write this down, but you wouldn't be able to read it anyway. But from now on, I want you to say either reservations. I'll just write RES or appointments. So for now on, reservation or appointment. And if this makes sense to you guys and you like it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. But from now on, reservation and appointment, because I know I'm giving y'all some great information, right? If you have any questions or comments, drop it in the box, but this is excellent content. So from now on, reservation or appointment, right? Just gave y'all some free game. Usually you can only get that in the masterclass, but free game, right? By the way, the link for the masterclass is in the comments. Click it and I'll see you in the VIP. And what I want to teach you today is the big part to prevent these cancellations is you got to start making it hurt. How do you make it hurt? Take a deposit. If they cancel, it's because in a lot of cases, there's no deposit. Whereas if you create a deposit, you make it painful, they're less likely to cancel. So get that deposit, whatever amount it is. I recommend to my students a minimum of 97 all the way up to about 145. Grab that up front. If they pay you 145, trust me, they're not going to be looking around because they don't want to lose 145. Make sense? All right, so again, work on the information you need, establishing a policy, communicating with the customer so you don't get left in the cold, and making sure you capture that deposit. If they don't get a deposit, if they don't pay the deposit, they're probably not going to be loyal to you. That's fine. They don't want a commitment. That's fine. That's good for them, bad for you. You want it to be good for you and good for the customer. So you want everyone to win. If they don't want to pay a deposit, send them to someone else, get rid of them very quickly, because it's only going to lock your schedule up, and there's always going to be the risk of them not doing business with you anyway. And now you schedule, you reserve the truck, you got your crew, you got your equipment, and they cancel on you because it doesn't cost them anything to cancel. We want it to cost them pain to cancel. So create some pain. Stop being so nice. Some of y'all so nice. Some of y'all so nice. Y'all don't want these customers to hurt. Listen to me. Let me tell you that I've been in business now 6 years with Jumpin' Jack Movers. Hope y'all like the pink too. I changed it up a little bit today. But I got another business I'm dropping, and it's gonna be great for a lot of companies, even like yours. I'm not gonna tell you about it yet. It doesn't drop until February, but that's why I'm dressed like this today. I had a business meeting. And but again, everything I'm doing, the moving company created the money for me to do whatever I want to do, right? So I made a lot of money, bought a beautiful home here in Dallas, moved from Louisiana, live here in Dallas, bought a ridiculous 3,000 square foot home. If you guys seen my videos, you know I don't really show the house now, but made a lot of money. And now we're looking to build a dream home in the next year or two. We want to build our dream home, right? So Dallas, Miami, I don't know. I don't care. I like them both, right? So, but again, you got to start capturing that deposit. If you do that, it's painful for the customer. You definitely want the customers to feel some pain because somebody's going to feel some pain if they cancel. I'd rather it be them than me. I'm trying to stay in business. They're looking to do business with anybody who's in their price range, right? I want to stay in business. I want my guys happy, my crew happy. I want everybody in the office happy. I want my trucks happy, my equipment happy. I want everybody and everything happy so that we can continue to flourish, excel, and go to the next level as a business. So again, if you don't want the cancellations, first thing I'm going to encourage you to do, check your process. Hey, something's wrong. How? Walk through your process. You want to learn how to do that and apply it to your business? That's in the masterclass. Click the link. Get the right information. Convey your policy. Communicate with your customer between the scheduling, between the reservation and appointment, all the way up to whenever it's time to go out and actually move them to the move date, right? So you want to communicate with them. You want to do that. If you get them on the line and they're saying, hey, I'm not going to be able to move, and you didn't take a deposit, a couple things you could do is say, hey, sure, absolutely, we understand. We'd love to reschedule you. What's a better day and time? And if they say, no, we're not going to reschedule right now, we're just going to think about it. We don't know what we want to do. Okay, perfect. Then I'll just follow up. What's a good time to follow up? And in fact, I wouldn't even ask them what's a good time to follow up. I would only ask that with the reschedule. For the follow-up, I would give them a time. Hey, if you don't mind, I'll follow up in about 7 days. I wouldn't even say, I'm getting my words out, would you mind or not? No, I would just say, hey, all right, cool. Well, a week from now, I'm going to go ahead and give you a call and follow up with you. Again, take care of everything on your end. And I look forward to speaking with you in a week. Have an awesome day, and leave it at that, right? Because one of the big parts of sales, oh man, I could write a book about this. One of my favorite things about sales people don't know. Remember what they say about assume? They say it only makes an ass out of you and me. Look, assuming is my number one secret. Ain't even a secret. It's my number one weapon in sales. Assuming. Now, I'm not going to tell you how all that works, but I'm telling you, it's a gift from God. So, again, take the reservation and then go ahead, set up and get that deposit from them, 97 to 145 minimum. Anything less than that, they might be willing to leave behind. But if you capture that, you know they're probably serious about being moved, and you could probably go ahead and set it into your schedule. But again, if you don't take a deposit, you're always at a risk of being canceled. And now your crew's sitting there with no work, your trucks aren't moving. If the tires ain't spinning, you ain't winning. You know what I say. And so you definitely want to make sure you get a deposit. Check the process. Usually there's a break in the process. Wherever there's a problem, and cancellation is a problem, you know what I say. For every problem, there's a process. Go back and fix it. If you want to learn exactly how to do it, click the link below, get in the masterclass. It's very affordable. It's like half the price of my coaching one-on-one, which is like $1,000. And go ahead and grab it. It's easy. You'll be in the VIP for the year. I guarantee you, wherever your business is today, a year from now, we'll take it and multiply it by at least 5 to 10, right? So if you're making $5,000 a month now, we want to get you to 50, right? And so in a year, we want to see you get there. And that's my biggest joy is when I coach guys or train guys and they're like, hey, this worked. Here's what I did. I didn't even spend much money. We grew by this amount. That's all I'm doing this for. And when people stop tuning in, I'll stop. That says you don't want to listen anymore. But if you want to listen and this makes sense and you want to grow your business, it's about that time. You're about to head into February, March, April, May. It's going to be booming. Learn what you don't know. Take the shortcut from me. Learn things that you can do in your business that I've done. Get the shortcut, get the coaching course. And that's it, guys. I'm out. I got to go. But I'll see you on the next video. Share this. Let somebody else know about it. Otherwise, be blessed. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you guys on the next video.